A very good evening to all the career enthusiasts and our beloved guest of the day. Myself, Sumedha, a member of Heartfulness Careers team and the host for the evening. Heartful Careers is a subgroup of the Infinite Youth, and Infinite Youth is a part of the Heartfulness organization. The main motto of Heartful Careers is to develop networking and entrepreneurship skills and also leadership skills among the students and the youth. And this is a platform which we have created where we share knowledge, information, which would be very much helpful in reaching our dreams or our passions. So now, without any further ado, let's get started with our session, which is on the topic Career After Pandemic, Rising Above the Crisis. This particular topic, after pandemic, is very important to all of us because this pandemic has made a lot of changes in our lives. Many have lost their jobs, and many other new job opportunities have also come up. So, with that in mind, and keeping today's scenario, the world scenario in our mind, this is the topic for our day. Now, to guide us through what careers are there after the pandemic, we have our beloved speaker with us, Mr. Vivek Atray, an ex-IAS officer, a TEDx speaker, an author, a mentor, a columnist, and the founder of the Suvichar think tank. It is our honor to have you with us, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Sumedha, and thank you for inviting me to this event. And it is a wonderful pleasure for me to be speaking to all of you, especially because it is important that we connect with young people who are feeling uncertain about their careers after the pandemic. And I am a motivational speaker with about 40 lakh views now on YouTube. Luckily, I have 8 TEDx talks and 5 Josh talks. So I do a lot of motivational speaking and career counseling and addressing audiences, young and old, but mostly young. And I do also speak on the need to balance the body, mind, and soul, which I will also talk about in a little while. So once again, thank you for the warm welcome. And I'm very happy to be part of this Heartfulness venture where we are trying to reach out to the youth who are in need of some guidance and support and advice. And also very, very important that we reach out now quickly, because this is the time when they have to decide, they have to take forward their careers. So first, let me tell you a little bit about myself more. I am a former IAS officer. I resigned from the IAS and I became a motivational speaker because I wanted to connect with the youth more. Because I'm a former IAS officer, I think they listen to me a little more. And I tried to tell them that life is not only about marks. One of the quotes I have from my books is, Finding Success Within is the name of the book. And the quote is, life is not about marks. Life is about making a mark. What is the meaning of making a mark? The meaning of making a mark is leading a life that makes an impact, leading a life that creates opportunities, that helps others, that makes a mark somewhere on this planet in some way. Of course, everybody cannot be Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa or Nelson Mandela or even Amitabh Bachchan or Alia Bhatt or let's say Richard Branson or Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates. All these names I have mentioned are famous people, powerful, successful, and in their own ways, they've made a mark in life. Some better than others. The way Mother Teresa worked in the gutters of Calcutta for the downtrodden and the poor and the needy and the ailing is an unparalleled example of sacrifice and caring and sharing and compassion. Now, you and I, we who live in the normal world, who are into activities of dynamism, of technology, of going through the busy routine, we need to also balance our lives. So let us talk about the pandemic and the careers first. If you look at the pandemic, it came sweeping the world and nobody was prepared, nobody had planned. And whatever World Health Organization may say, they knew little about it. And the governments also knew little about it. The only thing they could tell us was that you wear masks and wash your hands and keep distancing, which is fine. It's great. But nobody knew the impact, the level, the extent. And as a result, about 1.25 years have been lost to lockdowns. And because a lot of people have fallen ill and some have even lost their lives in various circles, people have become depressed and shaky and shaken and fearful, and worried. And they are feeling tense and stressed out. And they are feeling uncertain about their careers. One of the things that has happened is that exams are not being held on time. Exams are not being held at all. Like class 12, the exam has been postponed. And not postponed, it has been cancelled. And the formula is being devised now for people to come with how to bring out the result of class 12. If you have been in class 12 this year and you are feeling uncertain about your career ahead, don't feel that. When we were in school or college or class 12, something was going on or the other. Either it could be Mandal Commission or some agitations at that time when I was a student. There was uncertainty even then. We didn't know what we are going to do for sure. There is never any surety. But we can improve our own qualities and preparedness for whatever is to come. So that unpredictability which is there, Sumedha, that unpredictability is a part of life. We have to accept. And there are various career options now. In earlier times, we used to have only 2 career options or 3. Become a doctor, become an engineer, become a lawyer, etc. Today, I can tell you 4 types of careers. And within these 4 types of careers, there will be 100 types of careers in each of them. Lots of options. The first one is a government sector career. You get into the IAS, you get into the RAS, you get into the civil service, you get into the state service government, you get into the police, the army, the defense services, become a doctor in the government. Whatever degree you have, based on that, based on the competition, you qualify, you get an interview, and then you join a government service. That is one type of career. There can be 100 types of jobs in the government, maybe 1,000 types of jobs in the government. So you'll spend 35 years of your life or 32, 33 years of your life, depending on how old you are when you join, till you retire at the age of 60 or whatever it is, spending a career which is comfortable and sure and stable. However, those of you who want more dynamism, more proactiveness, more innovation, will not look for a government career typically. You will look for a private sector career. That's the second type of career. The private sector career will have jobs in all shades: marketing, HR, manufacturing, finance, support staff, etc., etc., etc. And corporates are also big, various types. They could be big conglomerates, they could be small companies, they could be middle-level companies, which are called MSMEs, which could be entrepreneurial ventures where you are working. And the third type could be that you are a self-employed professional, a lawyer, a doctor, an architect, a chartered accountant, where you are qualified in a particular line and you are spending your career in that line and you are perfectly working independently. You're not working for a large company or a small company. You are so-and-so with a private practice. An architect, a doctor, even an engineer, even a financial advisor, a chartered accountant, or anyone sitting at home or has a private office. Maybe you engage 2 or 3 people. You are a self-employed professional. Now, I, being a motivational speaker today, I am a self-employed professional. And I'm an independent advisor. I'm not working for any organization as such, although I'm an advisor to Shulini University in Himachal, but I'm not a full-time officer over there. So this is the third type of career, self-employed professional. Number 4 is that you become an entrepreneur. You start up a company, a venture, a small little unit, small or big, depending on your ideas. That could be in manufacturing, it could be in design, it could be in services sector, it could be online, it could be offline. It could be in hospitality or tourism or finance or marketing or advisory or consulting or event management or whatever it is. All these types of careers, and if you add a fifth type, which could be an NGO, where you are working for a non-government organization, which is not into profit making, you are getting your salary, but you are working for the society, for a big NGO or a small NGO, depending on your choice. These 5 types of careers are still available after the pandemic. The only thing that has changed is going to be the way you work for all of them. Many a time you may be online like we are today, and you are not in the physical proximity of the office and the others. You are sitting at home and conversing and contacting and connecting. But the content is nothing to be scared about. If you have a degree in physics, or you have a degree in commerce or English literature, your career is stable. Your path is clear. You will choose a career based on your degree, and you will try to compete for competitions if you like to. And the methodology of working may change, but the basic requirements will not change. So let's dive a little deeper into this. You want to ask any question till now, Sumedha, or should I move forward?
You can move forward, sir. It's like very clear about what all you're saying.
Okay.
I have one question.
Yes, Aditya.
Yeah. So, sir, currently as situations are not good, and means people are losing jobs or they are shifting jobs. So, sir, is it the right time to start some new thing or new initiative? Like, if I'm entrepreneur and I'm thinking to start some new business, is it the right time or should I wait for right time?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and I'll be coming to this. Once we have established the 4 types of careers, what is the right time to take them forward? I think that there are opportunities which have never existed before, which are available today. In fact, there is a study by the Economist magazine, which is a global magazine, that after the pandemic, the economy will boom, world economy, national economies, because what happens? Wealth has not been spent in the last 15 months. People are waiting. When they start going out, traveling, touring, carrying out business, venturing into new sectors, when they start shopping, all these things will lead to opportunities. If somebody is thinking of starting a new business now, I think it's a great idea to start it online and wait for things to develop. But online is a safe bet. Why? Because I always tell entrepreneurs, don't spend too much on capital investment. If you set up a big office with 20 people, 20 computers, air conditioning, you have rented out the place, you have bought all the books and furniture and everything you need and great gadgets and stuff, but your idea doesn't work, the market collapses. What will you do? Not a good idea. In today's era, all I need to do is sit before the computer and have my team sitting before the computer from home with their connections at their cost. And I'm paying a salary, of course. All I need to do is to have a great idea. And 3 things are required for entrepreneurship, which are valid even today, even in this uncertain time, let us say. The first thing to start up, and this is the 4th type of career which we were talking about at the beginning. Starting up your unit means 3 things. Number 1, you need to have an idea that works. If 24 people are doing the same thing in your town and you plan to become the 25th person to do it, either the market has to be humongous or you cannot really succeed because 24 people already are there. Supposing, and we'll take a very light example, supposing you plan to open lassi outlets in New Delhi, right? Where lassi is popular and people want to have lassi. The market is humongously big. If there are 24 outlets, although there must be 2,400 outlets, I guess, and you open another one, you are not suffering because you only have to see that in your area, there is no other lassi outlet and people come to you. Let me tell you a little story now. Jaipur has a lassi wala who is very famous. And I've traveled to Jaipur for a literature festival many times. I used to live in Jaipur as a child for a year when my father was posted. This lassi wala opens shop at 8 o'clock in the morning and there's a crowd, and closes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He doesn't work till 8 o'clock at night. He wants to go and rest and sleep after 3 o'clock. There is a crowd in his stall till 3 o'clock. But at 3 o'clock, he says, thank you very much, I'm going now. Shutter down. He makes a lot of money. There's great business. The lassi is superb. Everybody loves it, but everybody knows 3 o'clock. Now, in the neighborhood, there are 20 other lassi walas. None of them sell lassis before 3 o'clock. Because this fellow is outstanding. He's like Sachin Tendulkar of lassis out there. All of them are lesser mortals. Maybe one or two people like you and me who come from Chandigarh, Hyderabad, they don't know the place, so they go and buy lassi from elsewhere. They have also written lassi wala, lassi wala. Everybody writes lassi wala. The point is, this entrepreneur survives and thrives because of his quality. The second thing is that we have to have quality. We can have a great idea, but the quality of execution is also extremely important. If I have the idea that I'm going to make aerodynamic t-shirt clothing from now, which uses biotechnology, and my t-shirt is going to change its characteristic with the weather. Biotechnology has made that possible. That my same t-shirt will work in winters also. It will give me insulation from the cold weather. Possible. Now, if I have that idea, but I don't have the people to do it, I don't have the quality, I don't have the output, then it's not going to work. So the second thing is to ensure that the right team is there, the right ecosystem is set up. It is easier to do when you are providing a service than in manufacturing. So if you, Aditya, are to set up something today, I would advise you to get into the services sector. Because the services sector in India will never fail, because who are you servicing? You are servicing 1.35 billion people. And they will never stop eating. They will never stop wearing clothes. They will never stop traveling. They will never stop needing couriers. They will never stop needing whatever. The point is, if you start manufacturing toys and spend capital on that toy, on those toys, who is going to market it? And if the child says, no, mama, I don't want this toy, your toy is gone. So my investment has to be only on, these days, on technology, on people who I'm paying salary to, on the idea, and on marketing and promotion. And of course, I need the support of my family. Today in this era, if the family says, no, we won't support you in this, you do a job in the bank, you don't get into this startup business. You want to do startup business. I know you work for a bank, Aditya. So it is your family also has to support you if you get into this kind of. And the family support is needed not only because you need their financial support, perhaps they can lend you 2-3 lakh, 5 lakh rupees to start up a venture. Even if they don't lend you that or can't lend you, at least the moral support is needed. Any professional who is working for anything needs to have a strong mind. Now we come to the really important part of this talk. You see the picture behind me of Paramahansa Yogananda. He's the author of the autobiography of a yogi. He's here with me also. He was young over here, and this is his last picture behind me. This book has changed my life. I know now that life is a bigger picture. I resigned from the IAS. I meditate twice a day. I know that your Heartfulness Institute also follows similar ethos. The point is that I need to be mentally strong, spiritually strong, and physically fit. If I am not supported by my family and I am working, My effectiveness will be 50% of what it will be if my mother, father, brother, sister, family are fully supporting. I will be geared up with Josh. I am a speaker. I like to bring my heart into what I'm saying. So that there is a saying, what comes from the heart goes to the heart. And we are talking about heartfulness here anyway. It's very appropriate. This saying is very important. If I am to convince my parents also that I want to do this, I need to sit with them patiently. What happens in our society and in modern society all over the world? The 22-year-old who wants to start something, or 25-year-old, he says to his parents, I want to do this. They say no. And he runs away, or he shouts at them, or there's an argument. Again, he tries one day later, again is the argument. It doesn't work. Because both sides have lost the ability to listen to each other. It is a great quality needed. And at this stage only, I'll tell you 7 C's. Before I come back to what kinds of careers are available in detail, let me tell you the 7 C's which are needed in all careers. C for career is also C. And these 7 C's which I'm going to list out to you are also C's. I'll tell you 7 plus 1. So the first C you need is courage, fearlessness. If you are scared, you will never be able to move forward. Of course, you can be a little bit scared. You're human. You're not machines. But not so scared that I can't even perform. If I go for an interview, I'm so terrified that I can't even speak, or I can't even say what I want to say. My mind is to say multiplication and I say something like magnetism because I'm so nervous. It doesn't work that. So I have to be courageous all the time. Trying to lessen my fear, if not eliminate my fear. And what increases courage? Faith. Faith in God, faith in yourself, faith in your family, faith in your friends. And of course, life is full of ups and downs. I have 8 TEDx talks on such subjects. Life is full of ups and downs. It is we who have to remain stable. Extremely important. So you remain courageous. You work on your courage and not on your overthinking and worrying habit. Number 2 is character. Even in today's era, 2021, everybody thinks they're very smart and getting away with this, that, and the other, and public life and social media tell us all kinds of things. Even in today's era, humanity, truth, integrity, they matter, values. You help an old man or old woman, sit with them for 10 minutes. It is your character. You could have gone, you're busy, but you went up to them and spent time with them. There is a chocolate on the table which is for you. You eat that chocolate. There is another chocolate which is for Sumedha, and I eat that chocolate. Then my character is questionable. I know that it's for her. I can't eat it. This is a very small example. Of course, when we grow up, the chocolates become bigger. And things become when we grow up, things become different. Character means I don't cross the red light even when the police is not there. I don't pick up something which is not meant for me, even when nobody is watching. Number 3 is creativity. C for creativity, you need in every career. Even if you are a chartered accountant, number crunching, you have facts, figures, balance sheets, you can be creative to become more efficient. You can have an incentive for your team. You can have music playing in your office. You can have book reading sessions in the middle. Nobody wants to do numbers all the time. The brain gets heated up. You watch Wimbledon for 10 minutes and come back and do your numbers. Then watch. So creativity needs to be a part of your life. Colors, music, art, photography, writing, poetry, anything, sports, magnificent creativity. And then your work becomes better because you are a very good professional at your whatever you do, banking or government office or whatever. But you also have on Sunday a guitar class. You also have the French language class. You're trying to do something different. You have zing in your heart and brain. You have energy, enthusiasm. You look forward to that weekend. And you work well all week long because you know that on weekend I have something which I really love. And then you love your work also then more. The fourth is calmness. Calmness is your best friend. Being nervous, restless, angry, disturbed, worried all the time, complaining, no great idea. A calm mind will be respected. Look at Dhoni. Look at MS Dhoni. Former captain now, but till he was in the Indian team, he was the calming influence. And he was a great captain, won a lot of tournaments. And even while playing, chasing a tough target, calm. Can you win without being calm? Even you can't climb Mount Everest without being calm. And Edmund Hillary, Sir Edmund Hillary said, sorry, I'll just give it to you. He said, I didn't conquer the mountain. I conquered myself. What did he conquer? He conquered his fears. Yes, Aditya.
Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but since you are talking about this stress, freeing ourselves from stress, I just sometimes in life there are sudden changes like we are facing right now. Everything is shifting to virtual thing. Before people want to work from home, but now they are so irritated from this work from home because they say there is no balance between their life, work life, and their personal life. And how to deal such situations, means how to adapt to these changes.
I will just answer your question. You're absolutely right. I think the thing is that we are living in a dynamic era. And the fourth one was calmness. The fifth one is compassion, thinking of others. If I'm living in a tough era and I think only of myself, ego, my this, my that, it doesn't work. I think of others, I help others, others help me. The universe helps. The next one is contentment. I need to be contented and grateful for what I have. I cannot be thankless. I cannot be thankless. The next one is cheerfulness. I need to be a non-complaining, happy personality to succeed in any career. That is the seventh C. And the eighth C, which is a skill, these were qualities, is communication. You need communication for all careers today. All careers require good communication skill. Extremely important. So these 7 C's plus 1 are what you need to succeed in this era, in any era. Now, coming to the specific question of work from home and online, I told you earlier that the paradigm and the mindset and the way we work has changed, but the quality matters. When you are sitting in front of a camera and speaking, if I was giving this speech in front of 5,000 people or before a camera, I have to give my all to it. I don't come half-hearted to any session. If you go for a meeting online, sleepy, blurry, and because work from home, midnight, you are there, and you are not giving your all because you are not in office, then you are losing out. So in this era, also you can impress by being solid online, working from home, having a discipline. So is it so difficult to work from home? Everybody's complaining about it. I think some people have taken to it like a fish to water. You have to spend more time with the family, which is actually required. But you can still be disciplined and go and sit in your office type of place in your home or wherever you feel that is your place. Then the Safai wali will come and say, Bhaiya, go over there, and then you go over there with your laptop. That is part of life. And suddenly your Naniji will come and say, I have lassi, and your meeting is going on. These things will happen. But we become internally strong. We become prepared. We know when to mute ourselves. We know when to where to sit. We don't have distractions. So we learn to change with the times. And in this era, when we are working from home, there are certain opportunities which were not there. You could be teaching people in North Africa and getting paid for it. Because most people are online now. Earlier, they were not looking for online classes. If you know a little bit of cooking also, you are holding cooking classes online for people in Japan, Indian food. Nobody can stop you. And earlier time, nobody was looking for that kind of thing. It's only because of the pandemic that they're looking for such classes, and they're all available. So I think you need to be intelligent enough to find out what works. But let me also say, adding to your point, we are not headed for a long pandemic. Let me tell you that. I can already see the signs. It is wearing out. Anyway, India is a very tough country, big country, lots of people. We have lost people, yes. Tough people have gone, good people have gone. But if you look at the numbers, if you look at the society, we are resilient. We bounce back. We all bounce back. I don't think we are going to work from home forever or for very long. And even if it is a hybrid model going forward, it is not going to affect our quality of work and our quality of life. Hybrid model could be work in office 2 days a week and 3 days or 4 days you are at home, or the other way around. Hybrid model could also mean that instead of traveling to Chennai for a meeting, you are going to be online and you don't travel. It affects your life, it changes your life. But the quality matters even then. Your communication skills, your preparedness, your paperwork, your structure, content. That is extremely important. Your creativity. So coming to specifics again, we already talked about entrepreneurship as one of the choices. There are careers available today or avenues available today to start up a new company which were not there. So most people are looking at online training, online classes, online business, e-commerce. And there is an example I can give you. Somebody started during the lockdown of apps before a website which delivers food from all corners of India, anywhere in India. So I can order 2 things from Gujarat, 2 things from Bengal, 2 things from Bangalore, 2 things from Hyderabad, 2 things from Chandigarh, and I have this packet in my house in Delhi within a week or within 5 days. And these are of course non-perishable, but they are packed food items, whatever it is. This person knew that before the pandemic, he could not have done this. People were not there with their mind space to order such things. Now everybody's there. So there are entrepreneurial avenues open. And if you look at the private sector careers, there are layoffs. There are definitely people who are cutting down salaries, etc. But if you look at it with the economic boom expected after the pandemic, there are going to be hirings. And even now, a person in Hyderabad is being hired by a Jammu-based company because of the pandemic. The person in Jammu cannot get 10 software engineers of the type he needs. He wants that quality which Jammu doesn't give him. So he is going to get them from Hyderabad, now working from home and giving them a good salary. Otherwise, that opportunity for that Hyderabad professional may not have existed to that level. So I think you need to look very carefully at the private sector jobs and not fear joblessness or change or being cut out from your job, because dynamism is taking place in society, churning is taking place. Those who have lost their jobs, let me tell you also, work on your quality, work on your studies, study more in your subject, learn new tricks, new software coding, whatever you do, become better at your profession and nobody can stop. Also practice speaking well. Now, I coach people on public speaking skills, workshops, etc. So you have to give presentations. In this era when you're working from home, practice every day speaking before the camera or before your brother, sister, mother, father. Talk to them for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Become better and better and better. Practice your writing skills also. Maybe your designing skills. Whatever you can, and you become better. And the government sector jobs are the same as before. They are not changing anyway. The self-employed professional jobs or avenues are the same as before. Rather, certain things have become more in demand. You know that healthcare is a key sector now. Fitness and wellness are going to be extremely more in demand. Humanity has to work on immunity now. You know that. Vaccination and indoctrination is not going to work forever. We have to shed our sedentary habits and eating burgers lifestyle and become balanced. 1 burger per week is okay, but 3 burgers per day or something like that, we can't do that. So we become balanced in our approach to our food, our lifestyle, and there are opportunities for people in this sector. You become a fitness guru, a wellness coach, you become a yoga instructor, you become a person who is selling packages on fitness, you become a distributor for maybe Chyawanprash, because Chyawanprash is suddenly needed more. These are all ideas that are existing. Some people have latched onto them because the focus has shifted to immunity and healthcare and fitness. And also, let me tell you another thing. Longevity is still increasing. People are living longer, even if the pandemic has taken its toll. There are people now who are 85 to 95 years old, 100 also. These individuals have different requirements. Could be some healthcare products, could be some services like caregivers, could be some other things. And these avenues are also going to be available for young entrepreneurs. Look after them more, because we never catered to the plus 80 sector. The society thought only of people who lived till 60, 70, 80, 90. Now it is beyond 80 that you have to look at. Also, entertainment industry. More and more entertainment is going to be available on demand, which it is already. And then social media opportunities are in abundance. I don't need to repeat them. LinkedIn marketing, Instagram marketing. So many things are available there. So many people are ready to offer services. Let me also tell you, as an author, I keep getting offers for book reviews. So we'll charge you 2,000 rupees to review your book. I, of course, have another 20, 30 people who can review my book. I don't need to spend, but they are making money out of it. They are making money out of it. They want to read your book and give you a good review, and they will make money out of it if they do a good job. And you see, what happens is that innovation is the key. If you are innovative, you will win the battle. Whatever the time is, the pandemic is there, this, that, and the other. The mind has to think ahead and forward. So I'll sum up my talk and then we can have a couple of questions more. So in summary, there are 4 types of careers even today: entrepreneurship, government service, private service, and self-employed profession. And the 5th type is also the NGO sector, which is a great sector to work because you're working for society. Within all these, there are many avenues available today which were not available earlier. Everything is online, everything is e-commerce, everything is work from home today. But it will open up, there will be hybrid models, and there will be physical meetings and physical offices going forward. Things are not going to remain like this forever. The pandemic will go. Those of us who have done, or those of you who have done 12th class this year or have done college this year and are uncertain about their future, don't be. You need to be mentally strong. You need to balance the body, mind, and soul. You need to make sure that your meditation is also taking place. Connect with God and be physically fit. Read a lot of books. Become creative. And sports is also a great way to release your extra energy and your negativity. Gym is okay, but sports is better. That's my feeling. Extremely important. So I think this is a summary of my talk. And if you remember the 7 C's, I'll just repeat them before I hand it over. C for courage, C for character, C for creativity, C for calmness, C for compassion, C for contentment, C for cheerfulness, and the 8th is a quality, is a skill. These were 7 qualities. 8th is communication skills. Work on these and you will get success in any career that you go in. So my last one is a quote from Paramahansa Yoganandaji, who I really follow. Be calmly active and actively calm. Be active, but be calm. Very, very important. Over to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir,
That was
I have
really
just one
informative.
small last question to you. Sumedha, just a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Yeah. Sir, just a small question, last question, sir. So, sir, this pandemic have created lot of psychological fear among people. I mean, because people lost their jobs, they lost their money. So, I want to ask means how you prepare yourself internally, and what would be your message for people? How they prepare
I think it's a
themselves
very
to
important
tackle
question
it?
you are
Because
asking.
externally,
Yeah, very important. I agree with you. I think overthinking is your enemy. So we are in depression. We may have lost our job. We're feeling low, but we are worrying too much. Keep yourself gainfully occupied with meditation, with prayer, with book reading, with work, with physical fitness, with conversations with others. Don't keep quiet and in your own world. Talk to others more and be meditative whenever you can. Talk to God in your mind and also talk to your family. And if you are alone in a city and your family is somewhere else, then also you have the phone, you have video call, use it a lot. Spend 40 minutes with your family every day on the phone and be more connected with others. And be more humorous, cheerful. Watch comedies, don't watch dark movies. Why become depressed after watching dark movies? There's nothing entertaining about dark movies. They may be brilliant in their production, direction, and acting. But at the end of it, if you're feeling you can't sleep even after watching that film, don't watch it. And don't watch TV news. At night, especially, don't watch TV debates. They are not for you and me. They are for themselves only. Let them debate and let them go to sleep without feeling calm. We want to be calm. We want to be friendly. We want to be social. I think meditation also, I must tell everybody, whether you are 20 years old or 40 years old or 80 years old, meditation is the key.
I have one last question, sir. Like in this particular situation, how good is it to switch a job or a profession as a whole?
I think it's okay because if you are not happy with your current role or job, or even with your profession, like for example, somebody became a civil engineer, but he always had a mind in photography. You know that movie also, I think it was Three Idiots. Yeah. So then Madhavan's role. So what happens is that you want to be in photography and you're not giving your best in civil engineering and you're feeling dull and drab. It is the time to switch once you have convinced your family and convinced your ecosystem and made a conscious, proper decision. Photography also then has to pay. You have to run a family or a home. You cannot be just, working in the dark. So it is very important that you take a conscious decision to switch your career or job. Like I resigned 3.5 years ago. I prepared for 3 years mentally and otherwise. What will I do next? So while switching, don't jump the gun. Don't be in a rush. Value all the options and find out all the options and then switch. And when you switch, also have good relations with your previous employer. I keep talking about this to CEOs. I say, why don't you have good relations with people who leave you? They have to leave for some reason, but they don't have to badmouth you. It is your fault. So always keep good relations with people and they will talk fondly of you, and it always helps to create your network in a big way. So yes, if you have to change your job, please go ahead and change, but plan well. Okay, thank you very much then.
Thank you so much, sir.
Any other
Yes, sir.
questions?
yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. It was a wonderful session. I like the topic and I'm very thankful. Yeah, I'm very thankful to all of you for inviting me. And,
it was a really great session,
it's
sir.
Quite
Most of the youth had all these questions.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.